Few Hollywood couples share a bond as unique and influential as Tom Laughlin and Delores Taylor. Together, they shaped not only a film series that challenged social norms, but also a legacy of activism that resonated far beyond the screen. What happens when such vibrant lives come to a sudden, tragic close, leaving behind a mix of admiration, mystery, and loss? Tom Laughlin was no ordinary actor. He was a multi-talented visionary who created the legendary character Billy Jack, while Delores was more than a co-star. She was his steadfast partner in life and cause. Their story is both inspiring and heartbreaking. The final years of Tom Laughlin and Delores Taylor were marked by challenges that gradually dimmed the vibrancy they once radiated. Although their legacy in film and activism was firmly established, health issues quietly reshaped their lives away from public attention. Tom struggled with complications from pneumonia that weakened him in the years leading up to his passing. His condition remained largely private, leaving many fans unaware of the hardships he faced. Delores experienced a similarly difficult decline after stepping away from the spotlight. She battled dementia, a condition that slowly eroded her memory and independence. The strong and outspoken woman, once seen on screen, became increasingly vulnerable, a change that was mostly hidden from the public until later. Despite these hardships, Tom and Delores remained united through a bond strengthened by decades of shared purpose, offering comfort and support during their final years. Tom Laughlin passed away in December 2013. His daughter described him as a true American maverick. Delores followed in March 2018 after years of living with dementia, closing a shared chapter defined by artistic vision and advocacy. Their passing invites reflection on how public success sits next to private vulnerability. They were celebrated for their cultural impact, but in their later years, you see the deeply human stuff of aging and illness. Ultimately, those final years make the legacy feel even deeper. The struggles underline their resilience and that steady, enduring partnership. Tom Laughlin's story began far from the Hollywood spotlight in Milwaukee, where he was born on August 10, 1931. He attended Washington High School, displaying early determination and a restless urge to challenge expectations. Initially, his passion centered on football, a pursuit that earned him a scholarship to Marquette University. However, his college years ended abruptly after a fight led to his expulsion during his sophomore year. This incident revealed a rebellious streak that would later become a defining element of both his personality and career. Without a degree, Laughlin made the bold decision to move to Hollywood and pursue acting. He started with small roles, appearing in films such as South Pacific and Gidget. While these early parts helped him gain experience, they did not yet reflect his deeper, creative ambitions. Even at this stage, Laughlin showed signs of wanting more than a typical acting career. He was interested in shaping stories, not just participating in them. A significant turning point came in 1963 with The Delinquents, a film he not only starred in, but also co-wrote and produced. Its modest success marked him as more than just an actor. It established him as a creative force willing to take risks. At a time when the studio system controlled most aspects of filmmaking, Laughlin's desire for creative control set him apart. Despite maintaining steady roles in film and television, Laughlin still lacked the widespread recognition he sought. This gap fueled his determination to find or create a project that could fully express his ideas and challenge audiences. During these formative years, his talents expanded past acting, and he began developing into a writer, director, and thinker, increasingly drawn to film as a platform for social commentary. His personal experiences mattered a lot. His expulsion from college, plus his observations of injustice, fed into the authenticity of his characters and narratives. All that momentum eventually led to the creation of Billy Jack, a character deeply rooted in Laughlin's beliefs and experiences. Delores Taylor's story both complements and deepens that of Tom Laughlin, beginning in Winter, South Dakota, where she was born on September 27, 1932. Raised near a Native American reservation, she developed an early awareness of the challenges faced by indigenous communities. This environment shaped her perspective, fostering a lifelong commitment to social justice. Although she eventually pursued acting, Delores initially focused on graphic design in college. This creative foundation gave her a unique approach to storytelling, blending visual awareness with emotional expression. Meeting Tom Laughlin proved to be a turning point, sparking both a romantic and professional partnership. Together, they found a shared purpose in creating meaningful, socially conscious work. In 1967, Delores and Tom co-produced and starred in The Born Losers, which introduced the character of Billy Jack. She soon stepped into a more prominent role in the Billy Jack series as Jean Roberts, a character that reflected her own independence and convictions. Jean was not a passive figure, but a strong, principled woman who stood alongside Billy Jack in confronting injustice. Through this role, Delores brought her beliefs about peace, equality, and Native American rights to a wide audience. Delores got a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress for Billy Jack, and was later inducted into the South Dakota Hall of Fame in 1996. During the 1970s and 1980s, Delores kept acting, writing, and producing, usually working hand in glove with Tom. She eventually stepped away from acting in the mid-1980s to focus on family and philanthropy. Delores Taylor played a vital part in shaping a creative partnership where art met activism. The creation of Billy Jack marked a major turning point in Tom Laughlin's career and in American independent cinema. Billy Jack stood apart from typical film heroes. He was a half-Navajo, former Green Beret, who defended marginalized communities, particularly Native Americans and vulnerable youth. This identity allowed Laughlin to spotlight issues often overlooked by mainstream Hollywood. Billy Jack first appeared in the 1967 film The Born Losers. The story, which featured Billy Jack protecting young women from a violent biker gang, resonated with a growing counterculture audience. Despite its modest budget, the film laid the groundwork for a series that would tackle themes like injustice and inequality. The character's real breakthrough came with Billy Jack in 1971. Delores took on a larger role as Jean Roberts, portraying strength, compassion, and independence. The story centered on conflict between Native Americans and corrupt local authorities, highlighting abuse of power and systemic injustice. Billy Jack's defense of the oppressed made the film a powerful symbol of resistance during a turbulent era. The film stood out for its raw style and commitment to authenticity. Laughlin used naturalistic dialogue and cast a mix of professional and non-professional actors, adding realism. Although criticized for its violence and vigilantism, the film gained a strong following. For many viewers, it reflected the frustrations and ideals of the time. In 1974, the trial of Billy Jack expanded the story into a more overtly political one, centering on Billy Jack's courtroom fight after being charged with killing a police officer while defending justice. The themes echoed real-world arguments about civil rights, fairness, and authority. Critics didn't agree, but audiences responded well, making it a commercial success. Laughlin kept creative control as writer, director, and lead actor, ensuring the films stayed true to their activist message. The last installment, Billy Jack Goes to Washington in 1977, put the character in the U.S. Senate, confronting political corruption. Even with mixed reviews, the Billy Jack films left a real cultural imprint, especially with younger audiences. They captured the energy of a generation looking for change and helped shape independent filmmaking that focuses on social issues. In many ways, the Billy Jack phenomenon anticipated today's landscape of independent cinema, where filmmakers like Sean Baker and Chloe Zhao have proven that socially conscious stories made outside the studio system can capture both critical acclaim and mainstream attention, a path Laughlin helped pioneer decades earlier. Tom Laughlin and Delores Taylor were more than filmmakers. They were dedicated activists who used their work to highlight critical social issues. From the start, they championed causes such as Native American rights, peace, and social justice. Their films confronted difficult truths, challenging societal norms and exposing injustice. They believed strongly that storytelling could inspire awareness and meaningful change. Tom extended his activism beyond film by running for president in 1992 and 2004. His campaigns focused on campaign finance reform, tax reform, and ending the war on drugs. Although he did not win, his efforts brought attention to these issues and encouraged public dialogue. Delores shared this passion for advocacy. Her performances reflected her personal beliefs and commitment to justice. Having grown up near a Native American reservation, she brought genuine understanding and empathy to her roles. Together, they formed a partnership grounded in shared values. Their films, particularly the Billy Jack series, became cultural touchstones during a time of social and political unrest. These stories resonated with audiences seeking narratives of resistance and justice. The characters they created symbolized courage and defiance, encouraging viewers to question inequality and think critically about society. Despite their impact, their work was not without controversy. Critics pointed to the film's violence and occasional oversimplification of complex issues. However, these elements reflected the intensity of the era and the urgency of their message. Tom and Delores stood by their work, embracing criticism as part of pushing boundaries and provoking thought. Beyond filmmaking, they stayed committed to activism through philanthropy and public involvement. Delores stepped away from acting in the 1980s to focus on family and charitable work, while Tom kept speaking out on social and political matters. Their dedication to advocacy lasted across their whole lives. The later years of Tom Laughlin and Delores Taylor were defined by serious health challenges that quietly reshaped their lives. Tom suffered from ongoing complications related to pneumonia, which steadily weakened him and limited his mobility. Once known for his powerful presence as Billy Jack, he became increasingly frail, retreating from public life. This shift stood in stark contrast to the bold activism and energy that had once defined his career. Delores faced her own difficult journey, battling dementia for several years before her passing. The condition gradually diminished the sharpness and independence that had made her such a compelling performer and advocate. As her memory and awareness declined, she relied more heavily on those around her. Despite this, the care and love from her family remained constant. Together, they approached these final chapters with quiet resilience. Their 3 children played a central role in supporting them. Much of what they endured remained private, and many outside their close circle were unaware of the severity of their conditions. Tom Laughlin passed away on December 12, 2013, at the age of 82. His death marked the end of a career that had boldly combined filmmaking with activism. Delores Taylor passed away on March 23, 2018, at 85 years old after years of living with dementia. Her presence kept going through the films she helped craft and the causes she backed. What they went through lands as a sober reminder that even people with the biggest reach still have deeply human battles. Illness found them the way it finds so many others. Still, they met it with dignity, showing the same resolve that had shaped their earlier work. Even with all of it going on, their bond stayed solid. Their shared past, the creative partnership, and the steady encouragement for one another brought order to uncertain times. Tom Laughlin and Delores Taylor left behind far more than a collection of films. They created a legacy grounded in courage, creativity, and activism. Their work challenged Hollywood norms by blending storytelling with strong social commentary that still resonates today. The Billy Jack series continues to inspire audiences with its exploration of justice, peace, and resistance against oppression. A central part of their impact was their commitment to Native American rights. Long before such issues gained widespread attention, Tom and Delores used their films to highlight indigenous voices and struggles. Dolores's upbringing near a reservation and Tom's early awareness of injustice brought authenticity and urgency to their work. Their efforts helped spark broader conversations about race, identity, and representation in American culture. Although their films drew criticism at times, they remained steadfast in their mission. They were willing to confront uncomfortable truths, even when it came with personal or professional risks. This determination helped pave the way for filmmakers who view storytelling as a tool for advocacy. Their ability to combine activism with entertainment continues to serve as a model for socially conscious media. In the end, Tom Laughlin and Delores Taylor showed how passion, partnership, and purpose can leave a mark that doesn't fade. Their story reminds us that storytelling can shape society and that holding firm in one's beliefs can inspire later generations to pursue change with courage and conviction. Tom Laughlin and Delores Taylor's story is one of love, activism, and lasting influence. Their bold films and fearless advocacy continue to inspire and challenge. If you value stories of courage and impact, please like this video and subscribe for more fascinating insights.